नहीं होता ऐसा, कुछ नहीं होता, कुछ नहीं होता, कुछ नहीं होता। अरे भाई प्लीज़। मेंटल हेल्थ, मेंटल फिटनेस, डिप्रेशन, एंग्जाइटी, ये सब क्या होता है? व्हाट आर ऑल दीज थिंग्स? अरे ये सब कुछ नहीं होता, कुछ भी नहीं होता ये सब। इट्स जस्ट इन योर माइंड, ये हो जाएगा, ठीक हो जाएगा। हमारे टाइम पे थोड़ा ना होता था ये सब। नहीं, ये सब तुम लोगों की जनरेशन वाली बात है, ये हमारे टाइम पे नहीं होता। अरे ब्रो, एंग्जाइटी तो है, डिप्रेशन है, चिल मार चिल मार, कुछ नहीं है तुझे, कुछ भी नहीं है। एक हफ्ता दे, एक हफ्ता दे, तेरा भाई ठीक करेगा। These are some of the dialogues you must have heard from friends and family. Well, let me tell you, if you're suffering from depression and anxiety, you're not alone. Now, when you're sick or you're ill, you're coughing, you have a fever, you have some sort of disease, you go to the doctor or the hospital, or maybe your local practitioner for some sort of advice and consultancy. Similarly, tonight on the show, we have Dr. Neha Singh, and she's going to be telling you in depth about mental health, mental fitness, depression, anxiety, and since we're going through a very tough time during a global pandemic, she's going to tell you how to be a bit positive. Take it away, Dr. Neha Singh.
Hi everyone, I am Dr. Neha Singh. I am a public health professional. I work in conducting public health research, evidence based research that informs the various health policies and programs in our country. And within public health, some of the areas that I specialize in are maternal health, reproductive health, health of sexual minorities, mental health, and nutrition.
So, our first question is, what is mental health?
So, mental health is actually the mental well being of a person, besides the physical well being, the way you feel mentally, the way you feel emotionally. That is what we define as mental health, and not just the absence of any mental disease, but the overall well being, mental well being of a person.
How is mental health as important as physical health?
In fact, to be very honest, from my personal opinion, I feel that mental health is even more important than physical health, because only when you are mentally healthy, you will be able to take care of your physical health. The both are interrelated, and they both go hand in hand. But you need to be mentally healthy in order to maintain your good physical health as well.
Usually, people have opinions on mental health that it's a total joke. What is your opinion on this statement?
The main issue in dealing with mental health is this. Usually people think that uh, I've not come across many people who say that mental health is a joke, but I would say that from my personal experience, many people do not take mental health very seriously, and they think that it's not an issue or an issue of health per se, but mental health is something that, ओ यू आर जस्ट फीलिंग लो, ये तो सबके साथ होता है, ठीक हो जाएगा, चल बाहर चल, दोस्त दोस्त बोल देते हैं, चल बाहर चल तो ठीक हो जाएगा, एक ड्रिंक लगा ले तो ठीक हो जाएगा, और समवन विल टेल यू तू योगा कर, तू प्राणायाम कर तो ठीक हो जाएगा. So about this, what I have to say is that we really need a lot of awareness. Mental health is not something that a person builds on his own in his mind. Mental health is not something जो हम अपने आप क्रिएट करते हैं अपने दिमाग में, but mental health, just like physical health or any mental illness, is just like any physical illness. जब आपको बुखार होता है तो आपको कोई ये नहीं बोलता कि तूने तो ये बुखार खुद कर लिया है. So similarly, mental health भी ऐसा ही है. All the conditions in mental health are real, and they are for real. They actually happen to people, and they need to be dealt with. They need to be treated, and if they are not treated, they can progress to worse levels.
All right. What is depression?
So, depression is the most commonly known mental illness in this era. So, and these days we get to hear a lot about it. So, what is depression basically? There is a lot of confusion about what is depression. So, depression is actually a uh, clinical disease, and there is a clinical definition for depression. So, if there are certain symptoms that I'm going to describe that will help you know whether you are depressed or not. So these symptoms are a feeling of helplessness, a feeling of hopelessness, feeling very very low, feeling a lack of interest in day-to-day activities, in daily activities like your profession, your college life, or being socializing with friends. तो अगर किसी को डिप्रेशन है तो वो आदमी जो चीज़ें पहले नॉर्मली कर पाता था वो चीज़ें अब वो उसको करने में इंटरेस्ट नहीं आता. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो चाहता नहीं है, बट द पर्सन डजंट इज़ नॉट एबल टू डू इट. So it also involves anxiety sometimes, and fatigue, थकान, और कुछ ना करने की इच्छा होना जैसा कि मैंने पहले बताया, and irritability, इरिटेट हो जाना बहुत जल्दी. And it also deals with appetite, not only a decrease in appetite but sometimes an increase in appetite. Excessive eating also results from depression. So basically depression क्या है? Depression also coexists with a lot of other mental illnesses. Depression is very commonly known, लेकिन depression के साथ बहुत ज़्यादा और भी चीज़ें जुड़ी होती हैं कई बार. तो हर आदमी का depression एक जैसा नहीं होता. अगर 2 या 3 लोग depression से सफ़र कर रहे हैं तो उनके symptoms सबके अलग हो सकते हैं. किसी में depression सिर्फ बाहर ना जाने की इच्छा होना, और जो आई एम कमिंग बैक टू द ओरिजिनल पॉइंट दैट वी स्टार्टेड अबाउट हाउ डू वी नो दैट यू आर डिप्रेस, बिकॉज आज हो सकता है कि मेरा मन नहीं कर रहा बाहर जाने का, दैट डजंट मीन दैट आई एम डिप्रेस. सो feelings of hopelessness, feelings of lethargy, feelings of not doing things, lack of interest in doing things, fatigue, जो भी मैंने symptoms आपको बताए, irritability, if you feel these symptoms in an acute form for say about 2 weeks continuously, minimum, that is what clinically is taken, 2 weeks continuously, then you need to go in for a diagnosis of depression.
Why do you think there is a sudden increase in the cases of anxiety and depression? Is it because of the times we are living in right now, or is it because there is some sort of awareness around the world?
So the answer would be that actually both. Yes, the awareness and the research has definitely increased, and the reach of media has increased, reach of social media has increased. So obviously the awareness is spreading and we talk about it more, which is in fact good. Earlier also there was mental health and mental health issues, but there was not so much of awareness. If you uh, look back and see that there were a few cases, but so many times they went undiagnosed, and so many cases which were very easily preventable were not prevented, and they progressed to a very high stage. So as I said that depression, anxiety, all these things were there earlier too, but due to an increase in awareness they are now being seen more. And secondly also, yes, our generation now has to deal with a lot more choices, a lot more. Life is not as simple as it used to be earlier. So definitely, yeah, there is the complexity, the fastness of life, I would say, has increased. So definitely there are more contributing factors to mental health illnesses. And so since we have more choices, more luxuries, more provisions for everything, this is one of the downsides that we have in our generation more.
How do you differentiate being in depression and being depressed? Because the term depression is way deeper than people perceive. But your any other person just goes about saying ki, I'm feeling a bit depressed right now, but they're actually not depressed. And a person going through depression, anxiety, and all of these things uh, is actually going through a different mental state than the rest of the other guys. So what is your take on that?
As I said that it's a very common term these days कि यार मैं depressed हूँ. Depression is not that. When you're feeling low, you're just feeling the blues. That's not depression. If you feel so, let's even I believe that I should use this platform to even say that let's stop using this term just as a pass. So basically, depression, as I said, unless and until you're feeling the symptoms for 2 weeks, and unless and until you go to a mental health expert, in fact, a psychiatrist or a psychologist for a diagnosis, only then you can be diagnosed with depression. And just generally feeling the blues, and the next moment you feel okay, that is not being depressed. So if you see, and for various stages of life, I would also like to share this, that for various stages of life, depression can be diagnosed in a different way. So for students, or for college or school going students, if we see, if they are generally having a lack of, if you see a sudden transformation, like a sudden lack of interest in studies, sudden lack of interest in meeting and going out with friends, then maybe if you're a friend or family, you can look out for other symptoms of depression. And in older people, maybe it's not the same. It's like staying back at home and not being able to do your daily activities, or a decrease in appetite. So even with different age groups or different population groups, the symptoms are different.
All right. What steps can you take to take yourself out of depression somehow?
So depression, as we know it, in even in the medical fraternity, is a, you can say, a mixture of various. It results from a mixture of various factors, not just one factors. One could be genetics. One could be the chemical imbalance of certain chemicals in our brain, and also then various environmental factors that contribute. So based on that, how a person can keep, uh, you know keep away from depression, if you can prevent depression, is to lead a healthy life. As I said, that physical and mental health also go hand in hand. Maybe, in order to prevent the occurrence of depression, you can lead a life that is full of physical activity, and do the things that you love. I'm not saying that if you are in depression, you do these things and it will be cured, but in general, to prevent depression or prevent any other mental illness, it's very, very good to lead a physically healthy life. Do your exercise, do your yoga, or maybe do anything that you find solace in.
All right. Another question. If I am a friend and I know that this person is going through depression or anxiety, rather than saying that, अरे भाई सब ठीक है ना, what should I be doing from my side to consolidate this person going through depression or anxiety?
A lot of times what I feel is that when people try to offer help, they don't know what to ask, and certain statements come across as very insensitive. So first of all, my first advice would be that, to a depressed, or to a person diagnosed with any sort of mental illness, uh, don't go and just say that I understand what you're going through, unless you really do. So basically, because the person will know that you understand. Don't you just show them that you are trying to understand their situation, and ask them that what is the way that I can help you. And do you need me to listen to you? Do you need any help? Do you think that I can go along with you to a counselor or a psychiatrist? Just go ahead and ask that person that. And please do not give them any advice that, to yoga कर, to exercise कर तो ठीक हो जाएगा. Because yes, these are clinical things, and these are to be dealt in a very, very professional way. And depression needs counseling. Depression or any other mental health disease sometimes needs various therapies, various counseling, and various, sometimes even medication and other treatment. So please be helpful, be sensitive, uh, be very sensitive to their changes in their behavior. Offer them whatever kind of help you feel that they would need. But yes, please don't pass insensitive comments. And sometimes people in depression, or people in bipolar disorder, or people in various other mental health disorders are not able to come out. Even if you feel that I'm trying to help this person, but this person is not feeling comfortable sharing it with me, then maybe you, as a friend or a family member, can call a professional, can call a psychologist or a psychiatrist, and they will help you with ways how to bring them, how to deal with such a person.
Now, a week or two ago, Sushant Singh Rajput passed away, and it's under speculation that he suicided. So, my next question would be, when does depression shift into suicidal thoughts?
So, as I said, the depression is a very, very varied disease for various people, and it's not the same for each person. So, some people might start out very early with suicidal thoughts in the stage of depression, and some people might develop it later in the disease. So, this is better judged by experts and which stage the person is. So, My only advice to all you people out there is that if you ever have such thoughts, seek out expert help, or if you know somebody who's giving out hints of suicidal thoughts, maybe talking about how worthless life is and there's no meaning to their life, that could mean that they're having suicidal thoughts. So watch out for such hints if you think that someone close to you is suffering, and please offer them help in the ways that I've discussed earlier.
Now, for sure, you know that we're in a global pandemic at this moment, and a lot of people's lives changed. For them, this whole thing is a new experience. I don't think this generation or the previous generation ever saw such a global calamity ever occurring. I mean, people had habits of, going to their jobs or handling their business in a certain way. Or even some people would spend their time at coffee houses just to get their work done. That's me. But everything changed. So, what would your advice be on keeping our mental health a bit more strong?
So the lockdown has changed everything for everyone. There's no denying that there has been a huge lifestyle change in our lives. So people who used to go to office are working from home, and those who had no experience in working from home, this is a new thing for them. For women, they have to work from home. For many, not just women, in fact, for parents, you could say that they are working from home. They are working on getting online classes for their children, and without domestic help, people are also having to do household work. So all of this has come together. It's not that just one change has come in the life or in the routine of people. All of this has come together, like a tornado in our lives, and it has just shaken up whatever we used to do earlier. So people are in a fix that how to deal with this, and this could often lead to mental breakdowns, or being in a state of a huge dilemma what to do, and often lead to mental confusion. And such conditions, people are more prone to mental disease. So what we can do to keep, as I said, is one is that you can make a routine, uh, and divide tasks among family members. That's what I feel, that if you are doing household tasks, you don't have domestic help, then please, all the family members need to sit and decide tasks, and the burden should not come on one person or on a few people. So that not one person is burdened. And feel free to discuss with your family, sit with your family, spend time with your family, and do the things that you could never do. Like, you want to write a book, you wanted to paint, you wanted to cook, do all these things. These are really good for refreshing your mind. And I also feel that we Indians have a lot of ancient wisdom that we neglect. I feel that with our generation, I see a lot of people that the old things, if someone from our parents or our grandparents generation is telling us to do, open up an old book, or read something from that, or do yoga, or do pranayam, we might think it's something as old fashioned. And the same thing if it comes from another country, from a western country, or in a modernized package in an app, and somebody tells you to do this power yoga, this yoga, that yoga, we accept it more. So guys, we have a lot of ancient wisdom in our country. Use it for your good health, use it for mental health, use it for physical health. And another thing I would like to say is that if you go to the Ministry of Health website, especially the Ministry of Ayush website, they are giving a lot of guidelines on how to take care of your physical and your mental health. And another few videos I found on the AIMS Delhi website. They also have a lot of neurosurgeons and psychiatrists have also talked about how to keep your mental health good. So they are good resources you can refer to for uh, keeping your mental health good.
All right. Do you think excessive eating, drinking, and smoking are byproducts of anxiety and depression?
Yes, it is, and no, it is not. Why I'm saying so is because not all people who are addicted are suffering from mental health issues, and also not all the people suffering from mental health issues are addicted. So yes, these are some of the symptoms. Eating disorders do occur in depressed or anxious people, and alcoholism and people with certain mental health disorders are very, very prone to alcoholism and smoking. But it is also very important to keep them out of it, because smoking and mental health even further complicates the mental health of people who are suffering from these diseases, and they become less compliant to treatment also. So if they are being treated, like उनको अगर हमने treatment पे डाला है, तो lot of डिप्रेस पीपल वो अपनी ट्रीटमेंट को प्रॉपरली फॉलो नहीं करते हैं अगर वो अल्कोहलिज्म और स्मोकिंग और इन चीज़ों में पड़े हैं। एंड ऑल्सो इनकी एडवर्स ड्रग रिएक्शंस भी होती हैं, लाइक कई जो साइकेट्रिक मेडिसिन होती हैं या जो हमारी साइकोलॉजिकल इश्यूज़ के लिए, जो मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज़ के लिए जो हमारी मेडिसिन होती हैं, दे हैव एन एडवर्स रिएक्शन विद अल्कोहल, सो इट कुड बी वेरी वेरी रिस्की ऑल्सो। सो all these things are obviously, as I said, vary from person to person, and we should watch out that we are, whatever we are doing is in the consultation of a proper psychiatric, whoever we are consulting. So thank you guys, I hope my answers have been helpful for you all, and they are of some use to you, and I wish that the times that we are seeing come back to normal for good, and we are
कब तक किस किस की क्या क्या सुन लोगे? क्या तुम्हें मालूम है उसके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है? नहीं मालूम ना? तो स्टॉप गिविंग फॉल्स एडवाइसेस. If you're a true friend or family member, let that person see a doctor. Let him or her cure herself. अपनी एडवाइस देने की ज़रूरत नहीं है when you're not a professional. And these things do exist. We're living at a time where everything needs to be quickly accessible to us. We have so many distractions. When you go to the gym, you have to work yourself out so that you can lift heavy things, right? Similarly, when you cure your brain or do meditation or do yoga, it's helping with your mental fitness. How is it that tough to understand? So if you're a friend or a family member and you see a person going through depression, at least don't give them wrong advice. नहीं होता ऐसा, कुछ नहीं होता. अरे भाई, please, all I want to say is that you do not know what's in the head of the other person. If a person is seeking for help them the right way. Don't put your ungli baji in between. Sorry, I'm using these terms, but that's the best way I can explain it. Don't try to act like a hero. You're not. Let the professionals handle it. All you can do is be with them in a very positive way. Do not give false statements trying to solve their problem. Parent is somebody else, but if you're a friend, don't do it. Please, don't do it. Before ending it, I just want to say one thing. You are strong. You are better than a lot of people out there. You're still there, despite all the things that are happening inside your head. Feel free to reach out. Don't hold back. Take your time. But the moment you think of stepping into the darkness, know that the light is always beside you. This is me, Shubham, aka Science Stuff, and